Good evening. This is my code editor. My name is Corey Lyman, and again, it's all done in Unity. As you can see, this is part of the UI here. This is the non-functional UI elements. Um, Here, as you can see, it's all done in a single frame, organized well. Now, if we get over to the actual UI elements, this is the UI. We have the console. This is where information will be written if something happens. And then we have the actual code area itself. This window here is where the text area is, which the code will be written in. There are several buttons. We've got our code update, our run code, our open, and our save. The save as is still a system in working. Not entirely sure how I'm going to work it, but I will figure things out as they go on. Um, the open actually opens a dialog field. As you can see, it's open file here. This is a package that I downloaded called Standalone File Browser, um, and this is just an extra window um, to actually like it basically handles the the opening of the windows and stuff a little bit better in Unity, where instead of like trying to save to specific directories and whatnot, which is a lot different than how you guys were doing it in C sharp, in the in that Visual Studio environment. Um, so sometimes Unity has issues where it'll try to save things and it'll be like, oh no, I can't do it. So yeah. Here we've got the open log, because this is where. So this one here, this is our public input field. This is where we drag the code area that actually holds the text input um, into the open and the save. The run code and the code update are a little bit different, whereas the run code will test the code, um, and the code update um, will send it to send it where it needs to go. The code runner is the run code. As you see, it's got file name, the .NET arguments. This is so it, for the testing purposes of the code. Um, this is another thing that I'm working on. It didn't quite get it working in time, but it's a syntax highlighter. I wanted something to kind of like change the color of text to um, to do what needs to be done. Um, but the open file, this says, hey, we've got our extensions. We're going to put them in an array of what extensions are we going to have. Sorry, not we're going to have like text files, text log, whatever. And this is that little drop down that you see. Um, and then we have, this is our path. This is where we actually reference the standalone file browser. Um, and this is just the only reference that we have to this up here. Um, then we have our standard, get the path of the selected file. So goes in reference of this here and lets us know what's going on. Um, the string file content. This is the actual when it's opening the file. This is what causes it to read. It reads what's in the file, processes it, and then sends it down to the field in which it needs to be loaded. In case there's any errors, I did an IO exception and a system exception, um, and then in case things get closed, and this will write into the console. This is just stuff for me, so that way I know while I'm working uh, the way things are. Now, the save file is pretty much just a dead ringer. The same way, the only difference is that it uses a save file panel instead of an open file panel. And again, it does, you know, the file write all path instead of, you know, instead of reading. So this is just doing standard reading writing, you know, same kind of information. It's they're pretty much just dead, um, identical to each other, um, just being in what they do. Now, so if I actually go into here, let me make this bigger. Go into here a little bit. We have uh, so this is the game, the full UI. So we've got our open. You can see the colors change depending on, you know, what we mouse over and whatnot. You know, we got our nice little bars down here. This is our little console thing. Again, this is will be working later. This is our text field where we can do, like, you know, hello, Neo. I need to do something with the font, because this font only shows. I thought it was gonna be really cool. I was gonna do like this whole matrix thing, but um, the font only does uppercase, which kind of irritates me. But so, you know, say we got this here. We want to open, and I will open the paragraph that I made for class. So this is the paragraph. It opens just fine. It will change, you know, depending on uh, what code file, you know, I choose to put in here. And so there's lots of different. I try to do this several different ways, and then this is the testing code that I was doing, just to try to get things set up correctly to make sure that it was um, doing what it needed to be. So we've got our update and run code. Again, that's stuff that we're. Um, this is what I was talking about here with the saving. Access to file path is denied, and that's because of the permissions that Unity likes to have and doesn't have. So, I would say a 90% success rate. This thing is great. It's a work in progress. It's going to be, you know, it does all the basic things of a notepad file, and a little bit more. So it's going to be interesting as I continue to work on this. So I'm looking forward to keep going. So thank you.